Hi everyone, this week I've been driving this 2023 Nissan Versa SR. I usually start these reviews outside, but I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is thundering and lightning and raining outside. So we're gonna start in here. We'll hop out and do a little exterior tour and then get back in. If you don't already know, the Versa is one of, if not the least expensive new cars that you can buy in the United States today. It has a starting price of just over $17,000 when you factor in destination. This one costs a little bit more than that because it's fully loaded, but it's still a really good value. It's a subcompact car. It gets a facelift for 2023, so it gains active safety features as standard. And I think the styling changes a little bit. Not that you notice. You probably won't notice, but either way, it gets a refresh for 2023, which is why Nissan has it in the press fleets, and they're sending it out to people like me to review. So let's hop out and do a quick walk around. We'll try not to get too soaked, and then get back in, do a little interior tour, and then go for a drive. So the car's a little egg-shaped, even though it's a traditional sedan. Up front, there's your SR badge for the new SR trim. There's Nissan's relatively new emblem. They kind of restyled it a few years back. I like this exterior color. I'll tell you what it's called in a minute. These are 17-inch wheels. The SR trim across Nissan's lineup is kind of like a sporty appearance package. So you get 17-inch wheels with some black styling elements in them, black mirror caps, no sunroof. Like I said, this is a value-oriented vehicle, so they're not including a sunroof on any trim level. Take a look at the cargo area here, and it's actually pretty spacious. So I don't know if you can see all the way back in there, but on these affordable vehicles, you do see where they shaved cost. So like the trunk liner doesn't quite cover all the metal bits. You can see the hinges for the seat backs there. Not that that should deter you from buying this vehicle, but I just like to look for reasons and indicators of why a vehicle costs what it does. And that's what you get with a super inexpensive sedan like this, but I still really like the car. Underneath here, there is a tiny little space saver spare and a jack, but other than that, not much else, not much sound deadening material there in the spare tire well. But I think we're gonna hop inside. Now here's your badging. So it says Versa, Nissan, and then SR, like the SR badge. And then it does have a little lip spoiler. I imagine that's part of the SR package. And then this is kind of a styling thing of the Versa, is that the plastic here, I think this is probably a separate piece from this, and on previous car designs, older car designs, this used to all be one piece, and you'd have to change the whole thing if you got a dent here or if you got a dent here. Now this is a separate piece, which is much easier for manufacturing and less expensive to fix. So that's why you're seeing this on a lot, if not most, new car designs. There's a seam under here that this black piece covers up. Anyway, here's the key. It's a new-ish key design for Nissan. I bet the guts are the same, but like the housings kind of been changed around a little bit. So you got remote start. That's kind of cool on a $22,000 car. Lock, unlock, push and hold. So the car has to be turned off for the trunk release button to work, and it is an electronic trunk release. So there's an electronic trunk release on the key as well, and then there's your panic button. The key's in your pocket. You can lock and unlock the vehicle by pressing that button. Okay, so we made it inside. Let's take a look at the window sticker. You can see this is a 2023 Nissan Versa SR as equipped, and it's fully loaded. It comes in at $22,460 when you factor in a $1,095 destination fee. Comes with a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine. It's not a turbocharged 3-cylinder like a lot of these vehicles are getting these days. It's just a basic, very basic, naturally aspirated 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, mated to a continuously variable automatic transmission. And I had to look it up because they don't even bother to list it here, but it makes 122 horsepower and 114 pounds-feet of torque. This is an extremely slow vehicle, but that's mostly okay. Fuel economy is pretty good. It gets 32 mpg city, 40 highway, and 35 combined. That's pretty competitive. As for the interior, let's turn it on. So you get a partially digital gauge cluster. So this is a mechanical speedometer, but the tachometer and this whole side of the gauge cluster is a screen. So modern tech throughout this updated Versa. The infotainment system is pretty good. It looks like it might be on a tilt, but it's not. It's fixed in place there. But this is Nissan's infotainment system. It could use a redesign, but it's really not too bad. The steering wheel feels pretty good. This is the same steering wheel you get on more expensive Nissan models, which feels like a value add. You can see where they cut costs on a vehicle like this. You'll find this. Really plastic door panels. They're just hard plastic. Not much going on here, but they are padded right here. Switchgear feels okay. This is older switchgear from Nissan, but again, it's fine. Circular air vents, they're kind of fun. And then you get, I'm sure that's a simulated leather, but a partially wrapped dashboard with this orange stitching here. And then your other center air vents are atop the center stack here. Nice switchgear down here. You get heated seats in this one for $22,500. That's pretty good. Everything feels pretty good. USB-C and USB-A. There's a wireless charging pad. I have my phone on it right now. You can see it's charging based on that light. There's a little 12-volt outlet. There's your start-stop button. Here's the gear selector for the automatic transmission. Something I've noticed, I keep going into low range because it's just below D. So I'll just go like that. And it's easy to accidentally put the car in low range. So take note of that if you're test driving or if you buy one of these. Mechanical parking brake lever. Most cars have gone to an electronic parking brake, so that's kind of fun. And then your two cup holders are right there. And then there's your center console storage. Oh, you get another USB-C port inside of it. And not a whole lot of storage there. I mean, really not so much, but again, that's okay. Seat upholstery is kind of fun. So there's a stripe down the middle, and there's some red bits, or I guess this is more red. And then the stitching is orange, so kind of a red-orange palette going on in here. One big value add of this vehicle is all the active safety features. So you get radar cruise control. You can adjust how closely you want the car to follow the vehicle in front of you, and it will adjust that distance as the car, or it'll maintain that distance as the car in front of you speeds up and slows down. Radar cruise control has been out for a pretty long time now. You also get blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking. Let's see. Most of the active safety features are pretty much standardized by now. Yeah, so high beam assist. So that's automatic high beams. When a car's coming, the car will, if a car is coming at you and you have your high beams on, they will automatically turn off until that car has passed. Lane departure warning, the steering wheel vibrates. So yeah, this thing has the full suite of active safety features, which most new cars come standard with all of that today, but you can't count on that in these really, really inexpensive new cars. But it's pretty cool that the Versa has it all standard. So fuel economy is great. Active safety is really good. The price tag is pretty good as well. You also get a warranty with this car at this $22,000 price point. People are probably considering used options, but another selling point of the Versa is that you get a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, just like you do in any other new car. So let's make sure we're in park, and then we'll check out the back seat real quick. Okay, so it's small. This is a subcompact car, but there are some things back here. So the armrest here, it's not padded really well, but it is padded. It's not just hard plastic under where your elbow would rest. There's a water bottle holder. There is not a fold-down center armrest. That might be a lot to ask for in a $22,000 vehicle like this. There are overhead grab handles for 4 passengers, and then here's your light. It's a very basic light. And then you do get a USB-C port back here. Okay, driving this facelifted, updated 2023 Nissan Versa. So the car's not all new. It's just received like a mid-life cycle update for 2023, for the 2023 model year. So like I said, this car does not make a lot of power, as I'll demonstrate momentarily here. 122 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque, sent through a pretty tired, continuously variable automatic transmission. There's 30. There's 40. There's 50. So it's pretty slow, but that's generally okay. Problem is when all the cars around you are these big trucks and expensive luxury cars that have 300, 400, 700 horsepower, other drivers do tend to get impatient with a slow car, but I guess that is what it is. I kind of like that this vehicle doesn't have like big power and all kinds of any flashiness whatsoever. It's very like relaxed and laid back car to drive. You don't have to put much effort into driving it. It doesn't really require any ego. I reviewed a lot of cars, and when you review a really expensive car, it's effort, and it's kind of taxing. Fast, expensive cars. This is just nice. It's laid back. The steering wheel feels pretty good. Like I said, it's a standard Nissan steering wheel from other models, so that's good. This one's wrapped in leather. Everything feels pretty good. Active safety is good. Infotainment system is familiar and good, and there's nothing really too weird about it. It's not the best, but there's nothing really too weird. The ride isn't great. We're going over a speed bump here at 25. A little bit clunky. The ride's kind of rough, and that's what you should expect out of a $22,000 economy sedan. But other than that, this thing makes a really good argument for itself. It's a pretty good value. Here's a big speed bump. We're going 30. God, I don't know what that noise was at the crest, nor do I know what the noise was out of the back as we came down. It's probably the cover for the cargo area, or the floor for the cargo area bouncing up, but that's about what I expected. The car is a little bit rough in that sense, but it's a small, affordable car, so that's what you should expect. Another thing I've noticed, the backup camera clearly hasn't been updated in a long time, meaning that like this is a backup camera part that Nissan's been using for a really long time. It's just pretty low quality. I can't complain too much because, again, it's a $22,000 car. It's not really meant to have the latest technology, even though in some cases it does. Look at that, we've got parking sensors out of a $22,000 little sedan. To wrap things up here, I think that's the argument for the Versa here. Like I said, it doesn't take any ego whatsoever to drive this car. It just gets you from point A to point B. You are anonymous. It's easy to park, easy to get in and out of tight spaces. And in this case, especially after this update, every single Versa comes with a full suite of active safety features, which is really, really nice. I think if you're buying a new car, that is one of the things that should be non-negotiable, that a new car should come with all the available active safety features, because think about the cost of getting into an accident that active safety features might help you to avoid. So I think they're worth any added cost. In this case, they're not really an added cost. And then a lot of them do just kind of save energy, like automatic high beams, reduces fatigue because you're not having to turn your high beams on and off. Blind spot monitoring keeps you from having to twist your neck around too much. And overall stuff like that just kind of makes for a better time. Infotainment system's another great selling point of this car. You got a modern system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, lots of USB-C ports, I think 3 of them, plus a USB-A port, plus a wireless charging pad. So that's kind of the gist of the Versa here. It's a really good value. It's not a car that's going to turn any heads. That's kind of nice, honestly. And definitely worth consideration for anyone wanting a reliable, affordable car. Because again, this is an affordable new car. Comes with a full warranty, so you don't have to worry about things for at least 3 years and 36,000 miles. So that is the new Nissan Versa. If you're looking for a cheap, economical car, definitely give it some consideration. Thank you for watching.